This is Bordeaux, historically one of France's most successful clubs. They've won Liga 6 times in their history, but now due to financial issues, they've had to let go of their professional license, which means players' contracts have been terminated, training facilities shut down. Bordeaux from this day onwards are going to be an amateur club playing in the 3rd division of France. And all of this makes me really sad because it's never good seeing a football club going into administration. So many jobs are lost. Even the fans don't deserve this. And that's why today we're taking on the job of rebuilding Bordeaux and taking them back to the top of France. But it's not going to be easy, because just like Bordeaux in real life, we're starting off this challenge being bankrupt. And so the Bordeaux challenge begins. I genuinely think this might be one of the most difficult career modes we're going to attempt, because not only is this team really bad, but first we need to just fight to keep our League 2 spot. Okay, so there's an email from the French footballing authorities. Apparently we need to raise 10 million in player sales just to have the funds to keep our professional license. That is actually going to make things ridiculous, because we're going to have to sell some of our best players, and then even when we do that, all of that money will be gone. We can't make any signings. But I guess sacrifices have got to be made, because the first thing we need to do is just get our professional license. Before we can even think of improving this team, we've got players leaving, man. What a start to this Bordeaux challenge. I told you it was going to be tough. But there you go. We've got 2.1 million from this sale and almost 3.4 million from this. Okay, at least the money's coming in. Another 1.8. But the problem with doing this is our already average squad is just getting even worse. But hey, right now we just need to worry about getting our League 2 license. We're almost there, boys, up to 9.1 million with all these player sales. And that should do it, guys. We should have just enough to pay the licenses. And there you go, guys. We've got 11 million. But we're actually going to be down to just 1, because that 10 million has been paid to get back our professional license. With that, officially, we can take part in League 2. But I'll be honest, we're going to get absolutely destroyed because our team is just really average. The amount of players we've had to sell. And when I said this Bordeaux challenge is going to be difficult, I meant it, because we've got some more rules. Until we start achieving top 3 finishes in Liga, we're not allowed to make any transfers. And that includes even free agents. Because, yeah, this is a club that's just been into administration. No way can they take on responsibilities of paying big wages. But that's not all. At any point, if we get offers from PSG, we're gonna have to accept it no matter what. At least that's something we don't have to worry about right now, because PSG ain't coming for any of our players. But okay, now we've got to think, how do we improve this team with just 1 million in the bank? And I think it's going to be heavily reliant on the youth academy. That's the only way we can get new players while not making any signings. But the problem is we can't even afford a youth scout. We can get this guy from France, 3-star experience, 3-star judgment. I don't think we've got a choice, so let's hire him up. We've got a couple of scouts. This is literally going to be the only way Bordeaux can survive, by just finding some ridiculous talents and building from there. It might take us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons. I don't even know. But we will get Bordeaux back to the top. Okay, so as you would have seen, I sent the first scout to France. We don't want to be incurring too many costs associated with the scout's flights, so I think sending one nearby to Spain makes a lot of sense. Guys, even all the scouting projects were expensive, because we're down to just 200k in our budget. Bro, we might not even have money to just even sign academy players. As things stand, this is our best team. Bro, it's not going to be getting anywhere. We've got a couple of young players like Tom Lacou, who I think with the development plan could end up being decent. But that's about it. We don't really have any other talents, and even if we had them, we've sold them. And as you guys know, Bordeaux's training facilities have been shut down, so we don't even have coaches, and right now, we can't afford to hire any good coach. We're getting through the season in League 2, and the only way we can ensure this club's survival is by finding some insane youth talents. And here we go, boys. Our first set of youth academy talent. Remember, we're on a tight budget, so we can't just sign up unlimited players. Oh, and already our first scouting report has led to a good talent. Thomas Louis, he's worth 500k. We got Louis Bernard, who's worth slightly more, but that potential is not good. We're gonna be patient, boys. We can't waste money on talents that don't look all that good. And yeah, don't forget the quality of scouts we've got is also pretty rubbish, so I don't know what to expect. And okay, I think we found our first prodigy, Patrice Aubert, 15 years old. The potential's there. He's valued decently enough. There you go. We're signing him up. This is a really good start. Oh, and look at Patrice. He's 60 rated. 71 dribbling too. We need to keep finding more talents like this, but the problem is, I think we can only afford about 4 or 5 more players like this. We're now in February. The search has been on for more talents. We've been going through player after player, and Okay, guys, it's now time for our Spanish scout to cook because he's brought us Arats Montoya. He's valued at 2 million. Bro, this is a super talent. Of course, we're signing him up. Oh, and things get better because our French scout has brought us Joshua Pierre. He's worth 1.7 million. Bro, now the academy's finally looking decent. 3 top-tier talents. I still think we're going to need more, but we've only got enough money to sign maybe 2 more academy players. Okay, so our first 9 months of scouting projects are done, but we've only got 3 talents. I think we'll send the scout once again to France for another 3 months. We should have the money. And where else can we get talents from that's nearby to France? Oh yeah, Belgium's right across the border. Let's try that. Unfortunately, though, looks like our youth academy luck is running out because we couldn't find anyone from Belgium. Is it going to be the same from France? No? Okay. Basile Rio. Not bad at all. We'll sign him up. And looks like for the first season, this is what we're settling for. 4 decent talents. We're going to probably start promoting them next season. And to be honest, we weren't too bad in League 2, finishing 7th. I think Bordeaux's problem wasn't quality on the pitch. They were decent in League 2. The problem was just the financial concerns, well, which we still are going to have to deal with, because even next season, we can't improve this team with any sort of transfers. We're going to have to still rely on the players we have, as well as the academy boys that are coming in. We're heading now into Season 2 with Bordeaux, and we're once again starting with a mail from the board. The club will still have to pay a 10 million fee this season to retain their professional license. More players must be sold. I can't believe it, man. How on earth are we supposed to rebuild this Bordeaux team if every season we're going to go through the team and just sell our best players? It just doesn't make sense. One player I'm not going to sell is Tom Lecou. I really like this guy. 72 rated, 22 years old. We're kind of building the team around him in a way. I think the only smart way to do this is that the positions we're getting youth academy players, we sell the first team players we've got in those positions. That's, I feel, the smartest way. So let's promote all the talents we found from last season. And then it's time to transfer list a ton of players. Oh man, this Bordeaux team continues to get crushed with player sale after player sale. With all those player sales, we're at least up to 14 million. Instantly though, 10 million is gone just keeping our League 2 license. But with 4 million, we can still do quite a bit. But one thing that we can't do is make signings. We're gonna have to just rely on the young youth academy players to grow. To help them though, we can start rebuilding our coaching academy. I think we can now start affording some coaches. But we don't have decent ones available. Okay, we do have a goalkeeper coach. That's going to be useful. Let's hire him up. We're also hiring a defensive coach. Slowly through seasons, if we can rebuild Bordeaux's academy, that could help skyrocket some of our youngsters overall. But yeah, just a couple of coaches and we're down 1 million. Once again, this season, the only way we can upgrade our team is by just finding some talents. We'll again send the scout to France. Send another scout maybe to Portugal. Hopefully, we can still find some more top-tier talents because that's the only way Bordeaux can get better. End of the season though, and things are even worse. We're dreaming of one day getting Bordeaux to compete against PSG, but we can't even finish above Paris FC. It's not a surprise because if we're forced to sell players every season, this is what's going to happen. The good thing is though, our academy players, Joshua Pierre, our goalkeeper, up to 69. Ryu has gone up to 65. Aubert as well. Montoya up to 71. The youth academy talents are giving us hope. If we can somehow muster some more money next season to improve our coaching department, that way maybe soon we can see some solid growth improvements in the team and maybe promotion. But who am I kidding? Even this season we've got the mail from the French footballing authorities. We need to generate 10 more million to just keep our license. But the good thing is, after this we're done. We don't owe them any more money. We get to stay in League 2 and hopefully build from there. But man, who do we start selling? Our squad has just gotten so thin. Good thing is last season the scouts we sent have brought us in a couple of talents. Clement Matthew, who's 67 rated, straight up promoting him. Dani Santos, Portuguese striker. Hopefully he's got a bit of Ronaldo in him. We're promoting him to the senior team. And I think the only way we now survive is by selling one of our highest rated players, centre-back Marcelin, and our striker Badji. We've got youth academy talents in those positions. I can't believe it, man. Our highest rated centre-back, he's gone. Thankfully, we got 6.5 million for him. And the other striker we've got, Badji, he's off for 3.4 million too. Wait a minute, let me do the math. We've only generated 9.9 million. We still need another 100k, and the only way we can get that money is by selling another player. There you go, we're selling a winger from our team. With that, we're up to 13 mil, but we're actually left with just 3. The good thing is we don't have to deal with the League 2 licensing thing. We can now just focus on building what we have, but it's gonna be tough. We've got a squad of just 18 players. You know what, guys? This season, I just want to try and maximize our coaching academy, because growing the players that we already have, I think, is the play. And there are some top-tier coaches available. Let's get a midfield coach, an attacking coach as well. And whoa, guys, the coaches were expensive. We're down to just 240k. Also having to offer some new contracts to our players was the reason this happened. But that means this season we cannot afford any youth projects. We're gonna have to just depend on growing this team as much as we can. Time to see what this young Bordeaux team can achieve. End of this season and we're nowhere near the bottom. Wait, where on earth have we finished? This is looking good. Third in League 2. Yo, we literally had the smallest squad in the league with just 18 players. But this young team has done a madness. Oh, look at Pedro Diaz. He's probably the most experienced player in the squad. 27 years old, 79 rated. He came through with the goals from midfield. Plus, we had Danny Santos channeling his inner Ronaldo. The job's not done yet, though. We've got the promotion playoffs. Okay, we've got the semi-finals. I don't know if this young team is ready to be in Liga yet, but let's see what happens. And there you go. It was too early. It was a solid effort from this young Bordeaux team. We're gonna have to spend another season in League 2. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the struggles of this Bordeaux challenge, I'd appreciate if you could spare a moment and subscribe to the channel. But hey, for season 4, at least we don't have to sell more players. Because, yep, we've got our League 2 license sorted. And ooh, the budget is there as well. 16 million. I would love to head into the transfer market and try and make some signings. But you guys know the drill. We're not allowed to make any signings unless we're a top 3 club in Liga. And at the moment, we haven't even gotten promoted. And I think right now, there's no point investing in the youth academy because the players we get will be relatively low rated. They won't get game time to start. They won't grow. It'll just be a waste of time and resources. I think the better play is to just improving our coaching system. Oh, and there are some good coaches available. Let's hire them up. We've literally rebuilt our complete coaching academy, and I'm hoping that helps us see some solid growth this season because we're gonna need that if we want to get promoted. End of the season, and once again, we've got a shot at promotion. And okay, boys, the ratings are better than ever. Especially some of our youth academy guys have grown massively. But wait, guys, it says we're gonna have to play a quarterfinal. Bro, do we have 3 more games to try and win if we want to get to Liga? Well, last time we literally lost the semi-final, so I'm hoping we can at least get there this time. And there you go. It took penalties to see us through. What on earth is this system, man? Now we've got the semi-finals to try and go through against Toulouse. This is where we lost last time, so I'm hoping we can somehow make it further. And no, we're still not good enough to get to Liga. It's been 4 seasons, and this team is gonna have to spend some more time in League 2. The thing is, guys, there's literally nothing we can do right now. It's pointless getting youth academy players in. We have 26 million, but we literally can't use it. All we can do is believe in this set of players that we've got. And okay, it does look like another season in League 2 is what we needed because some of the overalls are actually looking really good. Our highest rated player is our goalkeeper, Joshua Pierre. We got Arats Montoya, 82 rated. Our Bird, our left winger, is 82 as well. But has that resulted in us getting promoted? And yes! Top spot in League 2. Finally, Bordeaux are going up after having to struggle to get the professional licenses, selling 30 million worth of players, finding the best talents in France, Spain, and Portugal. We've built a team that's heading right back to Liga. But this is only the start. We're aiming to be the #1 club in France. Oh, it does feel good to see Bordeaux back in Liga. Problem is, though, surviving in this league is going to be challenging. Because, well, we've got the money, 37 million, but we're not allowed to spend it until we start getting a top 3 finish. So this season, the money's being used to renew contracts of all our players. And wow, just giving our players proper contracts halved our budget. There's only one more thing we need to worry about in this window, and that's transfer offers coming in from PSG. But so far, it is looking quite good. And there you go, the transfer window done. No offers from PSG means we get to keep our team. Time to see how good our Bordeaux team is going to be in Liga. Oh my days, we've got Bordeaux back to an incredible level in the league. And also PSG, by the way, not winning the title is a bit mad. But 5th in Liga after struggling for so long in League 2 is fantastic. And actually, it's down to some of the crazy overalls we've got on our players. The Youth Academy boys have just done so well for us. The only issue is because we didn't finish in the top 3, we still can't make signings. We're now in season 7, and I really think we've got the players to try and get that top 3 finish. All we need to worry about is offers not coming from PSG. Oh man, it scares me every time we get offers, but thankfully none of them from PSG so far. Oh, we've had a big offer coming from Inter. We're lucky it's not PSG. Oh, Milan as well. Even Roma, Serie A clubs seem to be really interested, but so far, no PSG, all good. Wait a minute, Danny Santos' release clause has been paid? Okay, there's no rule that we cannot renew our players' contracts, and that's where we can use all our money and get this release clause out. There you go. I'm so glad I caught that. Otherwise, our entire project would have just failed. I can't believe it, boys. We survived deadline day without a single offer from PSG. All we need to do now is get that top 3 finish so we can start improving the team. End of the season, and we finally get a top 3 finish. That's what we needed. Now, we were nowhere near PSG, but soon we could be, because look at our team. Joshua Piet from our academy is up to an 89. Aubert is 86. Matthew is 84. I know we've got a really small squad, but the players that we've got are looking insane. And guess what? From next season onwards, we're allowed to make signings. We're now in our 8th season with Bordeaux, and for the first time since all the relegation and financial drama, we're allowed to make signings. And although we've built a really good team using the academy, we still need a right back, probably a CDM at some point, probably another midfielder, and some squad depth because we've got a very thin squad. Thankfully, we've got a budget of 86 million, and that's courtesy of all the money we've been saving so far. We're making our first signing with Bordeaux 8 seasons later. Sahil Kumbedi, an 82 rated right back. Spent 38 million for this, but it does feel good. But that's not all. We're also signing Leslie Ugochukwu, 82 rated midfielder. Spent about another 38 million. I really think we've now got a team to take the fight to PSG, but also they could completely crush our hopes because any transfer offer they put in for any one of our players, we've got to accept it. And we've had a lot of clubs come in with offers, but none of them have been PSG. We've got Nice coming in with a big offer, but thankfully it's not PSG. No! I really thought we were going to survive again, but PSG have come in for Pedro Diaz, 85 rated, our highest rated player. He's been here from day one. He's one of the OG Bordeaux players. That is ridiculous. I don't want to sell him, boys. I don't want to sell him, but I think we're going to have to. That's what PSG can do. They finally see us as a threat, and they're just going to try and buy up our players. And that's that. One of the players that's been here from the start helped us get back to Liga. He is off to our biggest rivals. And look at how shameless PSG are. They did this right before the French Super Cup. And look at that. They managed to win the game too on penalties. No, man. This is painful. Pedro Diaz was the one to score the winning penalty. I so want to beat PSG to Liga this season, but it's gonna be really tough. We're gonna have to spend quite a bit of money to improve that midfield. Okay, we do have 48 million. What are we saying about signing a player from Barcelona, Fermin Lopez, 82 rated, valued at 32 million? I think we should be able to afford him. Bro, are we about to make all our signings for literally the same price? 38 million for Fermin Lopez as well? And so we're replacing one Spaniard with another. Okay, we've survived the transfer window, and at least PSG didn't come for any more of our players. But can we take the fight to them? We're at the end of this season, and I can see some solid growth. I think finally every player is above an 80 overall. Look at Patrice Aubert. He's becoming the next Mbappe. 87 rated, 29 goals this season. Danny Santos has balled out as well, 20 goals. And look at our new midfielders, Fermin and Ugochukwu. They provided the assists. But is all of this enough to win the title? Or has PSG done the damage by signing Diaz? Bro, I'm nervous, man. If we win the league this season, we could maybe push on for the Champions League to win. Yes, we've won Liga over PSG, and by a big margin of 9 points. Bordeaux, from being an amateur club, we've taken them all the way to Liga. Nah, that is crazy, guys. In 8 seasons, this was the only time we made transfers. The rest of this team is all homegrown. Somehow we've pulled off this miracle. But there's still more left to do, because in the Champions League with Bordeaux, we only finished 3rd in the group, and we got bullied out from the Europa League. Next season, if PSG don't come in for our players and we can make some smart signings, maybe a Champions League push could be on. We're now in season 9 as champions of France, but to become champions of Europe, we're gonna have to really improve this team, and I think that starts with a better CDM. We do have 80 million in the bank, and there is one player I think that could change everything for us, and it's actually a player that's been at Bordeaux for almost a decade through his entire youth career, a player that's now gone on to do great things, win a Champions League as well. I'm talking about Tchouameni. That's right, he was from the Bordeaux Academy. And one more thing about him, he really cares about Bordeaux. When all the news broke out of Bordeaux losing their professional license, he was one of the first players to tweet in support of them. So if we can convince him to join now that Bordeaux are one of the best clubs in France, it could completely elevate our club. And because his contract's expiring, I think we could get a good deal on this. Let's try 68 million, and there you go, that's worked. And I think he is going to become our highest paid player. Absolutely. 150k per week is what I'm gonna offer. Is he gonna accept it? He is. After all these years, Tchouaméni is back where he began his career. And wow, this team is actually ridiculous. With Tchouaméni coming in, I do think we've got the team to win the Champions League, but unless PSG decide to come in with some offers, because still, the rule is applicable. Any offer from them and we've got to accept. And honestly, since we beat them for the league title, I'm worried they might try and sign one of our youth academy talents. Okay, we have Chelsea coming in for our players, and we've got an offer from a fellow French club, but it's RC Lens, not PSG. Oh, Paris have come with an offer, but it's Paris FC. And that's the window done. No offers from PSG. We get to keep the squad. And all right, Bordeaux have kicked off their Champions League campaign in the perfect way, topping the group. Oh, but we've drawn Liverpool in the round of 16. But hey, if we want to fix Bordeaux, get them back to the top, we've got to beat teams like Liverpool. Getting a result from the first leg is going to be super important, and it's only a draw. We can still make it to the next round as long as we can beat Liverpool here, and we've done it. Come on. We've made it past Chelsea through as well in the quarters, and we've got Roma in the semi-finals. There's no way we're getting knocked out here, man. We're making it to the finals. There you go. First leg, it's a win, and it's job done in the second leg. And would you believe it, 9 years since Bordeaux had to rescind their professional status, we've got them to a Champions League final. And what a journey it's been. So many academy players along the way. Santos, Aubert, Matthew, Montoya, of course, Tchouaméni coming back and helping this team. Let's finish the job by winning Bordeaux a Champions League. I've just realized, guys, we've just made like 3 signings for this entire Bordeaux challenge. Most of the squad is coming straight through the academy, and winning the Champions League with these players would be special, and we get a special goal to kick things off. And this is Delorier Chauvet, literally one of the players who've been here from day one, didn't leave the club, stayed to help bring them back to the top from League 2 to now scoring in the Champions League final. Okay, let's not ruin all our happiness by conceding, and there's Pierre with the save. Oh, and there's space for our left back Rio. He puts it across. Delorier Chauvet off the post, but he gets the rebound. This guy was a League 2 player 9 seasons ago, and now he's got a brace in the Champions League final. Here goes Tchouaméni controlling that midfield. Beats a player. He might be driving the ball forward, and he's done exactly that. He's gone through. They weren't expecting it, and Tchouaméni with the goal. 10 years at the youth academy in Bordeaux, and he's repaid them with the goal to end the game. It's done, guys. Bankrupt Bordeaux are now Champions League winners. From being bankrupt and struggling to get a professional license in League 2 to now being the world's greatest club. And we've even got Bordeaux their Champions League trophy before PSG. If you enjoyed this video, click here to watch me bankrupt Man City and rebuild them all the way from EFL League 2.